My name is Mulina Asthana, and I've been in Australia for about 18 years, and I'm a lawyer by profession, and I've done that for quite a long time as well. When I first arrived to Australia, I found Melbourne a very vibrant city. I came from one big city, Delhi, to another big city, Melbourne, but they're quite different. And one of the big differences that I noticed was the sporting culture, that you see everyone, and the fitness culture as well. Everyone walks to work or runs or they cycle, and there's organized sport all happening around you. And I wasn't much of a sports person growing up in India, but when I came here, I got really inspired to start running. And so now I do half marathons, and it's really good. I think sport is really good for migrant women, especially in gaining confidence, making friends in a new country, settling in, and finding the peer support. So I come from a family of lawyers from India, and lawyers and judges, and that inspired me to take up the profession as well. When I came to Australia, obviously naturally I would do something similar. I started practicing in private practice with big firms and with the government, and then I started my own legal practice more recently, and that is to serve the community. The Indian community in Australia is not homogeneous. It is a very diverse community as well. So that's what I found when I know people from various other states, coming from different backgrounds, coming at different stages of life as well. My vision for the Indian community for the future is that that I want to see them in more leadership positions. We've already seen that happen recently, but I would love to see more Indians who are politicians, those who are judges or partners of big firms or in the media, as sports people, just out there doing things, being leaders, and contributing to Australia, for letting Australia grow as a nation as well.
I'm Dr. Jana Rao. I was practicing here as a surgeon and subsequently as a Consul General for India, which position I served for about 24 years. When I moved from India to Victoria, I was initially a bit shocked, but subsequently, during the course of time, I settled down and made this my home, and it's a very happy place to be.
You've been greatly honoured for your work in the Indian community in Victoria. What does the Indian community mean to you?
As you rightly said, I've been greatly honoured by the Indian community. It means a lot to me. Today, an Indian is recognized wherever you go because of our contribution mainly. You take any field, there is an Indian who is represented, especially in the field of medicine. There are a number of doctors who are the heads of departments today in Australia. The positive aspect is mainly most of them are professionals. And especially when you go to any department, any hospital, you'll easily find an Indian either working there or heading the department. So by way of their knowledge in their own profession, we are giving it back to the society.
My name is Jaya Manchakanti, and I've lived in Victoria for 52 years. So settled in Bendigo for a few years and then moved to Melbourne in about 1982. So my dad came with a job as a lecturer in Bendigo at the Bendigo College. So his boss met us at the airport and drove us to Bendigo. So it was a really warm experience meeting them. I decided to help people in our community after actually doing a bit of work, fundraising for World Vision and Salvation Army as a young person. And I think being one of the few Indians in Bendigo, I realised what it's like to be on the margins of society, and I thought it's really important to make people feel included. And that's why I felt that an organisation such as Indian Care needs to be set up while the population was really growing quite rapidly. My hopes and dreams for the Indian community in the future is to integrate really well, and that is happening. We're seeing a lot of cross-cultural marriages, which is great, a lot of just amalgamation, which is lovely to see. But I also hope to see that we retain the lovely traits in our own culture, the languages, the cultural dances and music, and I want that to be retained as well, as in addition to integrating very well into this community.
My name is Deepak Vinayak. I'm very humbled to be community leader and also the multicultural champion appointed by Victorian government. It was almost 27 years ago when I landed in Sydney. I was both excited and terrified holding my Indian passport on this land of opportunities.
And so at what point of your life did you decide that you wanted to help others?
It was my early days in my 20s in Australia when I landed in Sydney. I've gone through a lot of ups and downs, hardships, sleeping on train stations. There was times when I haven't got something to eat for a week, sharing my meals with a homeless person. And that was a point when I thought, okay, I need to stand up for myself, for my people, for my community, because I've seen a lot. Look, the real fabric of Victoria is a blend of unique, colorful languages, cultures, and faiths. And I have witnessed love and affection in multicultural communities of Victoria. It was in 2018 when I have received Order of Australia for my services to multicultural communities in Victoria, when Victorian government decided to give me this title. Learning is on everyday basis, and I'm still learning, because what I feel is community leadership is not 9-to-5 job. People expect you to be 24 hours, 365 on the call, and I really enjoy that. Because for me, I always said, this is not my Victoria, this is not your Victoria, this is our Victoria. Because everyone has contributed, participated to make this state very inclusive, colorful, and for everybody, this is we call home.